In the past, when I struggled with my reamping, where the tone was always just a little bit weird, I always wondered if it was my reamp box. Let's find out.
Alright folks, Ruprecht here. I've got some noise for your eardrums, son! Okay, so what we've got here are a multitude of DIs that were reamped. All the DIs were using the API 3124 preamp, and they were reamped back through, coming back in on a Ventec 1272. Okay, so the only thing that we really changed here, we've got some clean parts, and then we've got some distorted parts. Aside from that, we're trying different reamp boxes. So can you hear the difference between some different reamp boxes? So let's dig right in here. Okay, in the first clip, we're using the Line 2 amp, which is a kind of do-it-yourself slapper together type kit. Pretty cheap little deal. And this is some devastating metal here. Let's take a listen to that. Okay, so that sounds like a rocking guitar to me. Alright, now the next clip, we have the same riff, and we're using the same reamp box. The only difference is we're using the passive output on that reamp box. So let's take a listen and see if that does anything for us here. Okay, now to me, I like that a little bit better than the standard output. I don't really know why. It just sounds better to me. I think it may be slightly, it's just slightly more defined. There's not as much junk, kind of, or annoying, like mid-range kind of coming in there. So that's just me. You guys got these clips and you can pick them apart. Okay, now the next clip here is the same riff with a different reamp box. This is the Radial X amp, and let's take a listen to that and see how it sounds. Okay, very similar to the first two. And the difference between the second clip and the first clip isn't huge. I just want to make that clear. I could use either one of them. So, and same thing with that third one, with the Radial X amp. It's not a massive difference. So this is all like assuming that we're in squint mode here, and we're really trying to pick this apart. Okay, so now we're back to the Line 2 amp reamp box, and this is on the passive setting. And this is going to be some clean stuff. Man, that guitar part is just magical. Gosh, how do I do it? I don't know. Okay, so objectively there, that sounds like a pretty good sounding guitar to me, so no problems. Now let's listen to the same part played through the same box, same reamp box, except this is the standard output. So let's see where that gets us. Okay, I got no problems with that either. Sounds good. Really, if I was to try and pick a winner here, I'm going to have to jump back and forth real fast. So let's check this out. Okay, the Line 2 amp standard is a little bit more pronounced in the top end. And for the clean stuff, I actually like that a little bit better. It's a little bit more sparkly. The high gain stuff, I preferred the passive. I'm not too big on the ultra fizzy stuff. So the Line 2 amp passive seemed to have a way of naturally taking care of that. So that's something to think about if you guys are looking for a cheaper reamp box. All right, now let's listen to the same part played through the Radial X amp. Okay, and that sounds good too. One thing to point out is that that line to amp reamp box is about a fourth the price of the Radial X amp. So when I listen to those clips of the Radial X amp, if I paid 4 times the amount of money, I kind of expect it to do something, and in this case, it didn't. So if you guys are thinking about getting a reamp box, you might want to think about just getting one of these make-yourself line to amp kits because they're real cheap. And from these clips and the experiments we've done, the difference isn't really that great at all, if any. So don't buy into the hype, people. Ruprecht out. Meow.